Welcome to this video overview of the Auctioneers Guild. In the Auctioneers Guild, you play the role of an auctioneer whose day job is to lead auctions for the regular general public to bid on for antiques. But by night, you are part of this secret guild called the Auctioneers Guild, who take the idea of getting antiques to a new level. The game consists of 4 rounds and a bag of antiques. At the start of the game, each player will receive one of these screens to hide their antiques behind, as well as 6 bidding tokens to bid on antiques. And they're ranked in order of the colour of the rainbow, so red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So red is the highest bid you can place, purple is the lowest bid that you can place. In each round of the game, there are 3 phases: the bidding phase, the show-off phase, and the display phase. And I'll talk through each one of those at once. In the bidding phase, each player, starting with the first player, takes it in turn to select 6 items randomly from the bag, 6 different antiques, and place them out in front of their screen like this. If you didn't draw 6, you can go back for another one. Each player does this in turn. In this game, there are 5 different kinds of antiques. There are antique sculptures represented by these people. There are aged and rare books represented by these chevrons. There is aged wine represented by these drops. There are jewelry represented by the gems, and then there is also movie memorabilia represented by these stars. And each antique kind has antiques of different colour: white, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple and black. And ranked in this order is how old they are, and therefore how much more worthy they are as antiques. So a white antique is older and therefore more valuable than a red, and the black antique is the newest, which is therefore least valuable. So once all players have drawn 6 antiques and laid them out in front of them like this, the first player will also draw 1 more antique and place it in front of them. And now we are ready to start the bidding round. And players will use their bidding tokens to place bids on items that they want. So let's take a close-up on what bidding can look like. The first player gets to decide what token they use to bid on what item first. And they can bid on any item on the table, whether it's in front of them or not in front of them. So given that these white pieces are the most valuable, the first player may decide to put his red token, his highest bid, on the white player, on the white person. And so since that red token is the highest and can't get outbid, he's secured that item, that antique, for himself for the next round. Another player may come along and put their yellow token in front of the yellow rare book there. And then another player might want that yellow rare book for themselves. And because they have a higher token available, they can place that orange token in front of the yellow book to outbid that other player. So if this is how it stayed until the end of the round, then this player, the second player who placed the bid, would receive the yellow book, and the first player who had the yellow token would take that token back. So say if we had to throw a couple more bids on there, so you had a purple, a blue and a green, so that was outbid twice, then the person who bid the green would win that item, the person who bid the orange would win this item, and the person who bid the red would win that item, and they'd put those behind their screens, so they're out the way. Now these 3 tokens, and any other tokens that didn't win bids, would return to their players. And you'll see that not all items got bid on. And so with any leftover tokens, players can start bidding again. So the player might place that unused yellow token there, and these tokens here, for example, to secure those items. This carries on bidding and outbidding one another until all players have 6 items behind their screen. And this will leave 1 item left over, which goes into the middle of the table. for the next round. So once all players have 6 items behind their screen, we are ready to move on to what is called the show-off phase. And this is a basic trick-taking game. But instead of the tricks being played with cards, they're played with these components. And so the suit in the trick is the kind of item it is. So this is the rare book suit. This is the sculpture suit. This is the jewelry suit, etc. And then the value of the item is the color. Again, white being the most valuable, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, black being the lowest. So you have the suit and the value, so we can play a trick-taking game. The item left over from the bidding round, the one item that didn't get bid on by anyone, that represents the trump suit for this round of trick-taking. The colour is irrelevant, we just know that the trump suit is the sculpture antique. So imagine if this player is the first player in the this show-off trick-taking round. They would play this item, which is a white book, so that's the highest valued book. Then other players need to follow suit. So this player may play a blue book, this player may play a purple book, this player may play a red book. So they all played books, and this is the highest value, so that player wins the trick and stores these behind their screen for the next phase of the round. However, if during that trick one or more players instead played a trump suit, then the player who played the highest value trump item would win those items for the next round. If you cannot follow suit, or if you don't have a trump suit you wish to play, a trump item you wish to play, then you may play any piece from behind. You must always play in each trick. So there are a total of 6 tricks, and it is possible to tie. There's more than one white rare book, there's more than one purple rare book, there's more than one orange sculpture. So if there was a tie, then those pieces that were tied for, all the pieces from that trick would come to the side and another trick would be played. But rather than it being played like a traditional trick where everyone follows suit, every player plays their most valuable item. So for example, this player, his most valuable item is this yellow person. He doesn't have to play his most valuable, but that's how he's going to win. This player would play his most valuable item, and so on and so forth. And the player with the most valuable item colour, this would be the white colour, if not white, red, orange, yellow, etc., would win this tie trick and the original trick and get all those pieces behind their screen. So after all 6 tricks have been played in the show-off phase, then we are ready for the third and final phase of the round, called the display phase. This is where the auctioneers build a display of the antiques that they have won. And you can build 2 different kinds of sets or displays. You can build a set of the same type of antique, so a set of sculptures, a set of books, for example, or you can build a set of the same age. So you could have a set of white, a set of red, a set of yellow, etc. Each set that you play must have at least 3 items in it. So at least 3 of the same colour or 3 of the same kind. For example, this player here has got 3 aged wine. So they can build this set. This player has 1, 2, 3, 4, throughout that round won 7 of the sculptures. And so they can build that set. Like that. This player has two books and 2 jewels, so they can't build anything. This player has 4 books, so they can build a set of books like that. And obviously the larger the set, the more points it's worth. The points in this game are called gavel cred. Gavel cred, and the person who has the most gavel cred at the end of the game is the winner, and that comes from displaying these sets. Now these are all sets of the same kind. If you had sets of the same colour, for example, if this player had won these 3 purple items and displayed them, they could display a set of the same age. Sets of the same age or the same colour are worth points, but most importantly, they have special privileges. For example, a special privilege might give you the ability to look behind a player's screen during the trick-taking phase at one time. Another special skill might make your bidding tokens worth 1 more point, so your red is now worth 1 more than another player's red bidding token. And there are 8 special privileges that are available in the game, 1 for each colour, and only 1 player can have that special privilege at a time. So if another player were to lay a set of 4 purple ones beating this set of 3, the special privilege would be passed to that player. So after each player has displayed the antiques that they want to display, they don't have to display them all, they can leave some behind their screen for a future round display phase. Then we are ready to start the next round of bidding, showing off the trick-taking round, and then displaying the sets. And after 4 rounds, we add up all the gavel cred that we have, and the person with the most gavel cred is the winner. I really hope you enjoy this game. It's kind of a twist on a trick-taking and set collecting game rather than using cards or using components, and I hope it brings you lots of joy and fun.